Hello and welcome to this new podcast, Aliyah Pathways, from dream to reality. I'm Dr. Dahlit Brin, life and career coach, relocation Aliyah expert, and someone who knows firsthand that making Aliyah, coming to Israel, can be one of the most meaningful and exciting, yet complex and challenging experiences of our lives. I created that podcast to not only help you make your life work in Israel, but to help you truly flourish, thrive, and belong. In each episode, we'll explore a different aspect of that journey, from career and finances to your mindset, relationships, and the sense of belonging. I'm inviting different leading experts and professionals and have conversations with them so that you can take valuable tips and tricks and insight to make your life here work, not just on a practical level, but also on an emotional one. So whether you're a veteran Olim who has been here for many years or you just arrived, this space is for you. It's a space to pause, reflect, pick up tools and insights to make your path smoother, lighter, and more fulfilling. It's a space where we share stories, have a laugh, and maybe have a cry too, whatever it is that we Olim need to help us with those challenges and to help us create a fulfilling home here in Eretz Israel. I am super pumped, so excited. Let's get started. Whenever somebody asks me why I made Aliyah and what motivated me, I stop for a moment and smile, because really there is no short answer to that short question. I was 22. I just finished my master's degrees and I just decided, I think pretty much a spur of the moment decision, that I wanted to learn Hebrew. And so that's what I did. I packed a bag. My sister had the same idea and off we came. Looking back at my younger self, with all the knowledge I have, with all my professional training and my experience and helping so many Olim along the way, I look back at my younger self and I can just only shake my head in disbelief how somebody could literally just grab a bag and go. I didn't have a grand plan. My preparation was just finding an old pun. That really was it. But very soon, I can't really explain why and how, very soon I felt a deep connection to Israel. I was born in Germany. I relocated to England. I've lived in so many places. And here is the only time I actually felt at home. But it wasn't easy. Like many other Olims, I had to handle so many challenges, the culture, the language, getting by, on a day-to-day basis. And my personal biggest challenge was social isolation. I came here, I didn't know anyone. It was really hard for me to make friends, which really is not my usual self. I'm a very sociable person. I've always had friends around me, and that was really hard. My blessing was that I had my sister with me, so I always had someone to talk to, them to go out with. But yeah, making friends was a hard one. I mean, now, 25 years later, I am blessed with a wide social circle. I've got a good number of very close friends. And to me, friends are like a family. So my first and probably most important tip that I give any Olim I speak to is start making friends before you arrive. And there's so many ways to do that. You can reach out to those wonderful organizations that help Olim, such as Belong, Nefesh Nefesh, Vaim. There are so many out there. Go on Facebook. There are many Facebook groups for Israelis who speak other languages. You've got the German speakers in Israel. You've got a Facebook group for English speakers in Tel Aviv. You've got the different groups for Spanish speakers, French speaking Olim, all sorts. So go on Facebook and find a group that suits you. And they're always happy to embrace you and help you make those first connections. I always say it's so important to have just that one friend when you arrive, that one friend who you can have coffee with, who can show you the ropes. That one friend literally will make a world of difference. So that's, again, my biggest and most important tip that I always give. And, like many others, I quickly realized that Aliyah was not a straight line. Many ups and downs. There were many times when I felt like I hit a wall. I was doubting my decision to come here and stay. But yes, there were many highlights, many magical moments. I remember the first time I went into a shop to buy some juice. It was a hot summer's day, as we have so many of them, and I just wanted some grapefruit juice. I know not everybody's taste, but I love it. And I looked at the bottle and it looked funky to me. It looked like it wasn't good. And I said to the shop owner, I said, look, can you give me a new bottle? Because this one doesn't look good. And he goes, no, זה בסדר. No, it's fine, it's okay. I'm like, no, but it looks off. He goes, לא, ככה זה, ככה. Yeah, that's how it is. And then I looked at the label and I saw the due by date, and it was well gone off. And I showed him the bottle. I looked at the label and said, look, it's written here that it's off. I can read. And at that moment, it really dawned upon me. I can read. Now, I came to Israel without speaking any Hebrew, let alone read and write. And then to suddenly go to the shop owner, who obviously wasn't happy to having to exchange the bottle, was like, hey, I can read. To me, that was, it was amazing. What a moment. And I walked up the shop. He did give me a new bottle. I walked out the shop feeling like 2 meters tall. That made not just my day. Another highlight was when I finally knew enough people that we were actually a bunch of young people going out clubbing. To me, that was so special, because to me, that was another stepstone along the way of really building a life for me here, because, socializing is such an important part of really anyone's life. So there were highlights and there were low points. But it's just part of our story. And over time, I realized that Aliyah is not just a logistical process. The logistics are super important, but it's so much more. It's a journey of emotional transformation, of cultural adjustment. It's a lot to do with your mental state, making those mind shift sets, and also in some ways also a spiritual experience. And that understanding actually led me to do what I do today, which is helping other Olim to create a meaningful life here in Israel, hopefully much easier, and hopefully without having to go through as many struggles for such a long time that I did. So I'm trying to give you tips, tricks, and tools and insights that help you shorten that way to build a meaningful life here in Israel. Professionally, my journey started here first in low tech and then in high tech, in sales, marketing, and sales enablement, after having completed my doctorate degree in economics and social sciences. And very soon I found myself guiding people, training, and also managing individuals and teams. Now, I was always fascinated by people. I love people. I find them super interesting. And having the opportunity to train and to guide people just really spoke to me. I felt that was my passion. And I felt very soon that I wanted more tools. I wanted to be able to communicate more effectively and efficiently. I wanted to understand at more depth what motivates people, what holds them back, and how I can help them to realize their potential first in the sales world, salespeople, how, helping them to increase their sales. But it's just so much more that lies under the surface. And I soon was hooked by it. So I decided I wanted more tools, and I went and studied NLP, Neuro-Linguist Programming. I did the first course, and then I did my master's in it. And, I was hooked. I totally was hooked. Really, it was like the Pringles advert. Once you pop, you can't stop. And that's how it's with me and the whole world of personal growth, development, and even, going into therapeutic methods. So after NLP, I was like thinking, okay, I want more tools, and I came across coaching. So I studied life coaching and career coaching, and I'm always constantly growing and learning, having also studying a family constellation, people reading, and the list goes on, just to really widen my toolkit. And all these tools and my professional academic education and training is super important to help me do what I do today. But what the secret sauce is, that special ingredient, is without doubt my personal story. Being a veteran Ola of 25 years, I've walked the path. I know what challenges we Olim deal with. And I have my own experience that I can bring to the table. So that combination, I really think, is that winning formula that helps me to help others who make that big move and transformation in their lives. That's why I created this podcast, to talk about both sides of the experience. Because living in Israel is not just about surviving or getting by. It's creating a meaningful life that expresses and serves who you are. In each episode, I will provide you coaching tools, professional insights, and practical tools to help you turn your Aliyah into your dream reality. Before we dive into the amazing list of guests I have lined up for you, I want to share a few thoughts with you and some tips that you can already apply to help you make your Aliyah experience a little bit smoother. We talked about the importance of having that one friend. So really, for those who are preparing Aliyah, make sure you research and reach out and make that initial connection. For veteran Olim, reach out to your community, whether it's a synagogue, or if you are in a moshav, reach out to the same Olim organization. They're more than happy to help you make those connections. Then reconnect with your why. Really understand what it is that makes you come and stay in Israel. Knowing your why, knowing your passion inside, that will help you get through the tough time. Redefine the success. If you set a goal that you want to speak Hebrew perfectly and have a job within a month, then you're probably setting yourself up for failure. But if, on the other hand, you understand that this is a longer process and you are kind to yourself and you look at the small wins and celebrate small wins, such as successfully buying the right product in the shop, when everything is in Hebrew, that's a huge thing. Celebrate it, and that will give you the motivation to carry on and take the next step. If you hand in a CV and you get a phone call to be invited for an interview, amazing. Celebrate that, even if you not necessarily might get the job. Okay, so really understand what realistic goals are and make sure you define success in a way that keeps you driven and not dishearten you. Stay curious. Israel is an amazing country with a lot of diversity. It's very different to most of the countries of origins that we come from, and certainly different to Germany or England, where I come from. If you stay curious with an open heart and open eyes, you will experience wonders, and it will open you up to then be able to connect easily with others, and it will make your transition into Israel life and society so much easier. And you'll be surprised. Once you go through those different steps that I just mentioned, and you become clearer about all these aspects, then you'll know also what you really need to do in order to make your life here that much better. You'll be amazed how clarity helps that transformation. Now that we've set the stage and you understand what this new podcast, Aliyah Pathways from Dream to Reality, is all about, I'm super excited to tell you about what's coming next. In the next episode, we will dive into one of the biggest topics for Olim, which is finding a job and building a meaningful career here in Israel. I will be joined by Tomer Harel Kamin, VP HR at Kramer Electronics, an Israeli high-tech company. We will discuss topics such as how to navigate a job interview successfully, how you can show up confidently even if your Hebrew isn't perfect yet, how your diversity actually is something of value here in Israel, and how to navigate those nuances that make your career experience in Israel more pleasant and successful for you. And this is not all. This first episode is part of a mini series that Tomer and I have prepared for you. So watch out for further topics as well. After that, you can look forward for episodes with a family lawyer, a divorce lawyer, with a financial consultant, with a parental counselor, with financial expert, and also a private investigator. They will all bring you practical insights to ensure your Israeli experience will be much smoother. So watch out and stay tuned. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one thought. Remember, Aliyah is not a destination. It's a relationship and a journey. It's a relationship with a new country, cultures, foods, and different people, and mainly a relationship with yourself. And like any relationship, it takes time, takes patience, it takes humor, and the willingness to grow. Thank you for joining today's episode of Aliyah Pathways from Dream to Reality. If you found this episode useful, please share with a friend, like, comment, subscribe. All of these will make it easier for others to find it who could really use some advice in their Aliyah journey. If you'd like to connect, share your story, or suggest a topic, or ask me a question, you can find me on DB Growth. You can connect with me on social media. The details are in the description below. Until next time, I'm Dr. Dahlit Brin, wishing you courage, clarity, and connection on your own Aliyah pathway, because your story, like Israel's, is just unfolding. Aliyah Pathways with me, Dr. Dahlit Brin, supporting your journey toward confidence, clarity, and connection in Israel.